warm welcome to It's My Life. Today we are in the state of Maharashtra, in the busy city of Pune, which is also called Oxford of the West. Today our guest is a very special person, someone who is a Rajya Sabha member of Parliament, but known more as a real corporate woman, a woman of substance. Yes, let's meet Anu Aga today. 70-year-old Anu Aga nominated to the Rajya Sabha.
I, Anu Aga, having been nominated a member of the Council of States, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Is known much for her social work and activism as her business accomplishments. In 2004, she retired as the chairperson of Thermax Ltd, handing over the reins to her daughter, Meher Padamji. Thermax is a 4,935 crore engineering solutions provider in the energy and the environment sectors. Aga's life has been a story from tragedy to success, where she lost her husband of a massive stroke and a year later her son Kurush died in a car accident. That's when she took over the reins of the Thermax Limited and turned around its fortunes, which had nosedived majorly. Anu Aga is also a member of the National Advisory Council, headed by Sonia Gandhi, which works closely with the central government on public policy issues such as the right to food. Aga has been involved in the social sector majorly towards nurturing education. She supports Akansha, a non-governmental organization that promotes school education for the underprivileged children in Mumbai and Pune. She is also closely associated with the Thermax Social Initiative Foundation. There is TSIS, which works in partnership with the municipal corporations of Mumbai and Pune. And Akansha manages 2 schools for lower income groups. Anu Aga, who is also known for her transparency in corporate governance, has also been ranked number 79 on Forbes magazine's Richest Indians list with a net worth of $655 million. Hello ma'am, how are you?
Lovely to have you. Come, let's sit.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. So, how have you been?
Very well, thank you.
Looking more relaxed in Pune as compared to Delhi?
It's my hometown.
It's really lovely to have you on this program. And how has life really been for you, ma'am? Now, you were not in the mainstream corporate life. You've taken a back seat. How has it really been for you?
I think life has been wonderful. I've had setbacks, but then everyone has them. So I have been able to learn from each setback, and I have taken it as an opportunity to go within me and find answers from within. So I've been very blessed with a wonderful family, very good friends. So I can't ask for anything more.
You're someone who at this age inspires millions of people.
I have a joy of living. I have a sense of humor where I can laugh at myself. I don't take myself very seriously.
You don't look like someone who overeats.
Because I exercise and I walk,
Okay.
but I could do with half of what I eat.
Okay.
Relationships are very important for me. So walking that extra mile to nurture that relationship. That's important for me.
In fact, you raised a very important point. Most of the corporate women these days, they have one grouse that they're not able to spend much time with the family. But you have shown that you are extraordinarily different because you've spent a lot of time with your family and you still do. So how are you really able to manage with a busy corporate life, family on one side? How did you really juggle your time?
I think each of us can find time for what we value. I think time is an excuse, and if you plan your life well and if your priorities are set correctly, you can do what you want. For example, last week my daughter had work in Germany and in England. I had no work in either of these places.
Okay.
I tagged around just to be with her for a week because that's important. Will you join me for breakfast, please? This is some homemade strawberry jam.
Oh. So how is it like? You generally tend to have a very simple breakfast, it seems, huh?
When I'm a diabetic, so I am a little careful about sugar and starch, but sometimes I indulge.
Okay. So you're not the one who loves to sit at the dining table. You always prefer having your breakfast out in the open?
I have it upstairs on my balcony.
Okay.
And for dinner, I'm seldom at home. I'm at my daughter's or with friends. But when I'm at home, yes, it would be the dining table.
Anu Aga is a social worker at heart. She's a member of the National Advisory Council, but her basic thrust is primary education for the underprivileged children. So now let's visit to some of the schools with her where she's involved in the education.
Let me tell you how I got involved. My son was very, very keen that a substantial part of what we earn should go towards social causes. After he died, I wanted to get in touch with a credible NGO, and everyone said I should go to Mumbai and meet Shaheen Mistry, who was running an NGO called Akanksha. This is for slum children who go to municipal schools and learn very little. So we would bring them to the centers for 2 to 2.5 hours and teach them English, maths, creativity, and let them have a little fun.
So Anu, could you explain what this Teach for India is all about?
Sure. 22 years ago, a dynamic lady called Wendy Kopp started Teach for America to transform the educational system.
Okay.
And we brought it to Pune 5 years ago. But I'm delighted to say that we have such enthusiastic fellows, these young people who join us, we call them fellows, that from the first cohort, 60% have decided not to join the corporate world, but have decided to stay back in the social sector. These are the brightest brains in India.
Okay.
Apart from teaching for 2 years, they take up a summer project and bring about some change in the school. It may be putting up toilets or improving the water facility.
Okay.
They work in the community.
Hello. you all with the
Yes,
help
this
of
is the first school which we took over, and it was an L-shaped small area, and we needed more. So, as I said, like a fool, we made this building. I've joined the Rajya Sabha. They want to, this is Neelu, and she wants to take a little film on me. And since these schools are very much part of me, I thought I'll come here.
So these are class 10 students, you said, no?
Yes. Are you all ready for SSC?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Are you going to be doing well?
Yes.
Very well?
Yes.
Outstandingly well?
Yes.
Good. Okay. We don't want to disturb you anymore.
Chalo, you carry on with your classes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Do you know who Anu Aga is?
Yes.
Who is she? Yes, you have an answer?
She's an industrialist
And what else?
and social worker.
What else?
She was nominated for Rajya Sabha.
Wow, so you know the answer. So she's nominated for Rajya Sabha.
Yes.
I'm going to ask her what is she going to do for Rajya Sabha.
What am I going to do? Right now, I'm not doing much. I hope one day that changes. People will listen to each other. People will really talk about problems that are facing India and not get into non-issues. Do you understand what I'm saying? Huh?
It's great interacting with you guys. Thank you. And this realization, what Anu Aga is talking about, definitely has to come from within. But Anu, I think it's lunchtime, so shall we go ahead? I'm really feeling hungry.
Sure, so am I.
Okay, so we'll take a short lunch break here, but when we come back, we go to Anu Aga's factory, which is in Chinchwad. Back in a moment. Where we are standing right now is the corporate house of Thermax Ltd. Let's go in there with Anu. So at the dining table, we're going to be joined by Padma Shri and his husband. And her husband, Feroze, that is Anu Aga's daughter and son-in-law.
This is my daughter, Neelu. I'm the chairperson of our company. That's my son-in-law, Feroze.
Nice meeting you.
So this is non-veg.
So right now I'm sitting with Anu Aga's family, a very close-knit family with the daughter and son-in-law, daughter Padma Shri and son-in-law Feroze Padma Shri. Welcome to both of you on this program as well. The main idea of bringing the three of you together was, obviously people know that you're a very close-knit family, but with the kind of corporate life you're leading, a busy schedule, do you really have enough time to spend with each other?
Well, my husband says that our umbilical cord isn't cut as yet.
mother and daughter umbilical cord. So you get a gist of
Right.
But I think we do make time for each other. For example, you ate with us this afternoon.
Right.
We make it a point that if whoever's in town, we eat together.
Right.
In the evenings, Mummy drops in at our place, mainly to see her grandchildren.
Okay.
So we are part of that. So
And Feroze, what about you? You also address your mom-in-law as
Madam MP? No.
Madam MP.
No. I call her Anu. I've always called her Anu.
Okay.
Because they've been family friends for my parents, and both Anu and her husband Royington were family friends for many, many years. So I grew up with them coming in and out of the house. So I've always known them as Anu, but I always called my father-in-law Uncle Royington somehow.
Okay. But Anu, I'm going to ask you now. You've almost are out of that corporate innings. You've done your bit. Meher and Feroze have taken over. But with new innings in politics, what are you really thinking of, and in what ways are you really going to contribute to politics? What is the kind of dream you have in your mind?
I have a dream that our parliament would be addressing issues which are really very critical for our country. For example, malnourishment, primary education, skill development, secondary education, employment, urbanization, the chaotic way things are happening. We have wonderful laws, but the implementation is terrible. So this is my dream, that Parliament would be addressing these issues. But unfortunately, I don't see that happening so far.
And Meher, what about you? I mean, in what ways do you want to see your mother now functioning as a parliamentarian? Or before that, an honest answer, did you actually want her to enter politics? Or did it happen by default?
no, I think it completely happened by default.
Okay.
So I think every little counts. So if there can be more people like Anu joining politics, I see a better future for our country, genuinely. I also feel that probably one person, it's very difficult to make a dramatic difference.
Right.
So therefore, I think if more people like her join, it would be wonderful. Yeah.
But Feroze, talking to you, I mean, we know quite a lot about the way this corporate has come up, the way Anu has inspired. But what kind of an inspiring force has your mother-in-law been for you?
Anu has sort of opened and widened my horizon in terms of what I should look for. When I joined Thermax, it was mainly concentrate on work and building the organization. So
Are you also in that social sector mindset?
I'm nowhere near the two of them, but I certainly am more open and much more aware.
He is
of mine.
completely supportive. If he wasn't, it would have been difficult to earmark large sums of our personal income for social causes, and also the time Mayor spends, if he didn't approve, he could make her miserable. So I think he may not be directly involved, but we definitely have his blessings.
So without wasting time, I think let's just completely rush.
Thank you.
Let's head now for Anu Aga's factory at Chinchwad. Let's now put on our helmet and get ready. We've seen that Anu Aga has retired from a corporate life, but whenever she visits this factory, it's a moment for celebration for all the employees who are working here. These are some of the processes through which the absorption chillers are made at Thermax. But the list does not end here. Let's take a break at this point in time. Don't go away. We'll come back with many more aspects of Anu Aga. Back in a moment. restaurant in Pune, which is one of the favorite joints of Anu Aga. Let's take you there.
We've seen how you've conducted yourself as a corporate woman, as a social worker. But when it comes to your personal hobbies and passions, starting from the music, obviously you have an instrumental music playing, but what's the kind of music which you really listen to regularly?
I love all music. I tend to listen to Western classical, Indian fusion. I love some of the bhajans also.
Okay.
So all kinds of music is something I enjoy. I love reading.
Okay.
And that's why I never watch TV, because it competes against my reading.
Okay.
So I'm very fond of reading.
So which means that all the news stories, you never catch on television, it's only the newspapers you bank on.
That's right, or occasional magazine. But otherwise, no, I don't watch. There isn't much worth watching also. It doesn't inspire me, so the more I stay away from it, the better.
But leading the news, what are the kind of books which you really read?
Different kinds of books. At one time, I read everything possibly about death to make meaning out of it. Till I realized that reading gives me an intellectual input, but the healing happened after Vipassana.
Okay.
And but right now, for example, I'm reading Pavan Verma's Being Indian,
Right.
which is fascinating. Before that, I read Murjani's book about near-death experience when she had cancer.
Okay.
Very beautiful book. Before that, I read another book by Pavan Verma, which was his first novel, fiction, When Loss Becomes Gain,
Okay.
which I enjoyed. So all kinds of books I enjoy reading.
But when it comes to watching films, you get time to go and maybe catch a movie?
No, I'm not interested. So if everyone raves about a movie, I might see one or two a year.
Okay.
But otherwise, I'm not interested in
So you're
movies.
not-
Or when I travel abroad on the flight, I might watch a movie.
But you're not that movie buff? and
No, not at all.
never keep abreast with the latest heroines, the latest.
Never. I don't know anything about the stars, the heroes, nothing.
Obviously, your life has been very inspiring for all the people. So, one motto which would
I'm not
summarize.
saying a motto. The 3 lines which have helped me in life is: our stay on this earth is short, our role dispensable, and our impact inconsequential. Whether you are the Queen of England or the President of the country, the world will go on without you. So don't have a soul in it.
And as long as you live, it's obviously miles to go before I sleep.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Anu Aga.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.